John was a little boy who lived by the forest. Every day of the week he would go to school. John loved school. He loved learning. He loved all of his teachers, all of his friends, and most of all, he loved the weird stain on the wall of the science corridor. There is a story behind that stain. It all started in 1988 at the World Lamb Killing Championships. A lamb got loose and Margaret Blaine had to hunt for him. The rest is up to your imagination. But back to John. That sweet boy. He loved school. But one day, the school bell rang at 9:15, and John was not there. This is the story of the disappearance of John Sweetloaf. It was a rainy autumn day, and in the school office sat Doris, making sure that Seamus was up and running as usual. But whilst sifting through the register system, she noticed something. John Sweetloaf had been absent for 2 weeks. Doris was scared. What had become of poor John? She decided to phone his house and discover the truth behind the unfolding spooky mystery. Doris picked up the phone and dialed the landline.
Hello.
Hello, it is I, Doris, who works in the school office. Is this Jarvis Sweetloaf, father of John?
Yes, that is right. What's the problem?
John has not shown up at school. I am concerned and we may have to contact the police if you don't know where he is.
Whoa now, Doris. The boy has not been well and I forgot to phone in because I was busy with work, but I haven't checked how my son is doing in 9 days. But calm your ham. He's probably playing COD. I will go and check on him now. No, he is not there. And his Playbox 360 is gone. And all of his COD games. And his gaming computer, his mic and headset. And the window is open. He is gone, Doris. What do I do?
Don't panic, Mr. Sweetloaf. I happen to be an amateur sleuth as well as an office lady. I will find your son. Do not worry about the police. Dan thinks they are pigs and Dan is always right. Leave them out of this. I will find John Sweetloaf, wherever he has gone.
Thanks, Doris mate. I will go and stay at my brother's for now, as because my only child has gone missing, I don't want to stay in this spooky house by myself. I will drop the keys off at the school office and you can't start the hunt for my sweet boy. Ta-ta, Doris, and good luck.
So, after picking up the keys and finishing up at the office, Detective Doris headed over to the empty, spooky house of the Sweetloaf family. It was empty and spooky. The moment that Doris entered, the smell of Mountain Dew and Doritos hit her nostrils. Clearly John was MLG. What other explanation was there? She took a note of this in her detective notebook as she wandered through the dark hallway. She entered into the living room. In the corner of the room was a terrible 1990s television that appeared switched off. She looked around the room. No signs of anything spooky. She decided that it would be best to try John's room for the best evidence, when suddenly the TV came to life. Displayed on the screen was a 9-gag meme, so horrifying that I cannot describe it. Doris was spooked and ran away, up the stairs and into John's room. But the night meme was just beginning. She slammed the door behind her, afraid that the meme would escape the TV. After a moment, she calmed down and continued her detective work, moving swiftly about the room. Doris noticed several symbols painted on the wall. There was a strange red F symbol painted above his bed, a crucifix drawn in crayon on the floor, and, most importantly, a weird stain on the wall. Doris made a note of all of these, taking some snaps on her super detective camera. The window was open, just as John's father had described. There was an empty bottle of Mountain Dew on the floor. Doris pulled a plastic evidence bag from her cardigan pocket, applied her plastic detective gloves, and put the dew in the bag. But then, out of the corner of her eye, through the window, Doris spotted a dark shape in the forest. It darted from tree to tree, and Doris decided to give chase. She leapt out of the window, and with a loud crunch hit the leafy ground of the Sweetloaf's garden. She ran for the rotten wood fence, smashing through it and into the woods, in search of whatever was out there. It was getting dark. Doris was spooked, but she needed the truth. If this spooky thing knew anything about John, she had to speak to it. Doris ran. She ran and sprinted and galloped and bounded, and galloped like a majestic horse through the spooky woods. She neared the dark shape, nearer and nearer until slam. She pounced on the thing, taking it to the ground. As soon as Doris grabbed the thing, she knew that it was a beast. She looked into its spooky eyes and said,
"Hello, it is I, Doris the Sleuthy Sleuth. I demand to know what you are doing snooping around in the woods, you spooky beastly beast."
I am called many things. Some call me the Stalker of the Night. Some call me Beastie Pat. Others call me James. The woods are my domain. I have claws of tinfoil and the howl of a PC gamer. You will feel my wrath and I will not answer your questions.
You will answer my questions. Tell me where John is. Tell me where John is. Memes. If you don't tell me, I will break your arms.
No.
You asked for it, you beast.
No, oh, my sweet arm. I don't know where he is, but I know that he was a member of Faye's clan. They occasionally do rituals out here in the woods and I spy on them. Speak to the old minister at the parish. He's bound to know the truth, because he is clan leader.
Bye you beastly beast, and thanks for your help. You better stop your snooping. As for your broken limbs, all I can say is take this slip of paper to the office when you get back to school.
And with that, Doris bounded off into the forest, cardigan flapping between the trees. The wounded beast crawled away, and into the shadows, to lament all that had happened. Meanwhile Doris kept on bounding to the edge of the forest, through Castle Emelk, Kings Park and back to her house, not too far from the school. She left her evidence in a locker in her evidence lab, and settled off to sleep. She would speak to the minister tomorrow. She worried for John. Hopefully the sweet lad was okay. She would lay this to rest once and for all. The next morning, Doris leapt out of bed, went through her morning routine, and headed over to the church. This church was close to the woods, so Doris knew it was the one of which the beast had spoke. She slammed open the huge wooden doors with her fat palms and approached the altar, next to which was the minister, hoovering the floors in preparation for his sermon the coming Sunday. Doris tapped him on the shoulder, and with a jolt he spun round.
"Jesus Christ, miss, you startled me. How the hell can I help you, and what the goddamned hell are you doing in this mother-damning Holy Jesus Church? This is a goddamned Saturday, and you should be at home watching Flog It. Flipping hell."
"I'm sorry to bother you, minister, but I'm not here for worship or to find God. I'm here to find John Sweetloaf."
"I don't know what you talking about."
"I know he's in Faze."
"I don't know what you talking."
"Oh, I think you do. A spooky beast told me you were the head of Faze. Now tell me, I found these symbols in his house. One of them is from Faze, the other, a crucifix. It all leads to you. So tell me what happened to the boy."
"Okay, fine, you got me this time. The truth is something that I've been trying to hide for a while, but it was out with my power. John was possessed at one of our rituals in the woods. He wandered off home and we ran after him, but by the time me and the other Phage bros got there he had gone. And he'd taken all of his gaming equipment. My guess is that he's entered into the ether realm. That is where all the lost Phage gamers go. I am sorry, miss. But it appears our rituals have sent him off of this world. The only way into the ether realm is by venturing deep into the woods and casting spell. I will come with you and we can find the boy. If that is what you truly desire."
Doris, come to me. Join me in the sun. Join me, Doris. I have ascended to a higher form of being. There is no escape. 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 There is no escape.